In the dimly lit room, a heavy scent of alcohol and an air of ambiguity hung thickly in the air. Gu Qingzhu was pinned beneath it all figure. Right now, HES filled with 10,000 regrets. He had originally been downstairs, drinking tea and chatting with his friends. As it turned out, he saw his archenemy, Zhu Yanzhu, being helped upstairs by a woman. He instantly became excited. Just recently, Zhu Yanzhu was still posting online to maintain the image of being a single, clean minus cut guy, yet now HES already sneaking off to a hotel with some woman. With the intention of rubbing salt into the wound, Gu Qingzhu secretly followed behind, planning to snap some intimate photos to sell to paparazzi and thoroughly humiliate Zhu Yanzhu. Then, out of nowhere, I was inexplicably locked into Zhu Yanzhu's room, and at this moment, he was already pinned beneath Zhu Yanzhu. The person on top of him was acting just like a dog, constantly fidgeting on him. Gu Qingzhu, unable to bear it any longer, shoved the person off her. Yanzhu, take a good look. Do you know who I am? Zhu Yanzhu opened his hazy, peach-colored eyes, took a careful look at his face, then pressed himself closer. You're my treasure. Gu Qingzhu, dog man. You call everyone baby, don't you? Damn it! Look closely. My name is Gu Qingzhu. Get lost. If you're in heat, go find someone else. Gu the green bamboo began to struggle. HES here to gossip, not to bring innocence. The two men are about the same height, but Zhu Yanzhu has maintained a high-intensity fitness regimen for years. In his eyes, Gu Qingzhu's struggling seemed more like playful teasing. He immediately raised Gu Qingzhu's flailing hand high above his head, giving him absolutely no chance to resist. Gu Qingzhu widened her eyes, her face full of disbelief. There was also a hint of panic in her voice. What are you going to do? Why? As soon as I opened my mouth, my lips were kissed. His first kiss is gone. A fiercely aggressive kiss descended, leaving Gu Qingzhu absolutely no chance to resist. The tender kiss railed from her lips down to his body, and the heat of her burning skin left him slightly breathless. Her lips were sealed once again. At this moment, Gu Qingzhu was anything but polite. She opened her mouth and bit down hard. The stinging sensation on his lips brought a touch of clarity to Zhu Yanzhu's dark eyes. He lowered his head to look at the person lying on the bed. His brow slightly furrowed and murmured softly, "This isn't a dream, is it?" "Dream? Dream my ass. Let go of me, or I'll make sure your family dies out." Gu Qingzhu roared angrily. At this moment, Gu Qingzhu's cheeks were faintly flushed with a hint of irritation. Her lips had been thoroughly kissed by herself. No matter how you looked at it, she just seemed like someone who'd been taken advantage of. Zhu Yanzhu's Adam's apple bobbed up and down as he struggled to suppress his emotions. She propped herself up and sat up from Gu Qingzhu's body. Gu Qingzhu quickly climbed out of bed and adjusted her slightly open clothes. As expected, you can't be too nosy at life. I almost got myself into trouble. He glared fiercely at Zhu Yanzhu, catching just the fiery intensity in his eyes, and promptly took off running, startled to death. If he were to be pinned down again, he couldn't guarantee that he'd come out unscathed. Only after the door had been closed did Zhu Yanzhu's burning gaze finally return to normal. He reached out and lightly touched his lips. It was a dream just now. She really did kiss Gu Qingzhu. Hiding the emotions in his eyes, Zhu Yanzhu turned and walked into the bathroom. When Gu Qingzhu emerged from the hotel, she looked utterly disheveled. Seeing him in this state, Xiu was greatly startled. Didn't you say you were going to dig up some gossip about Zhu Yanzhu? Why are you looking like this? Did you sneak off to steal a kiss or something? Gu Qingzhu was so angry, she felt like gnashing her teeth. But she couldn't lose her temper. Otherwise, the whole world will find out that HES having an affair with Zhu Yanzhu. It's nothing. I just accidentally fell down, Gu Qingzhu said, forcing herself to suppress her anger. Xiu couldn't help but let out a soft chuckle. his eyes full of teasing. Did you accidentally fall right onto someone's lips? How many times must you have stumbled tsk? You've even got bruises on your neck. Gu Qingzhu frantically covered her neck just now. She had been so busy running out that she hadn't even thought about this at all. More. This son of a bitch even left a mark on his own neck. I'm tired. Let's go back. Gu Qingzhu tugged at the collar of her coat, her gesture somewhat contrived and deliberate. Yi Xiu raised an eyebrow and asked with a hint of curiosity. Did you just run off to kiss Su Yanshu? As soon as he asked the question, Gu Qingzhu gave him a fierce glare. Yi Xiu quickly changed his words. Did you just run off to wrestle with Su Yanju? Gu Qingzhu, cut the gossip. As soon as he said that, he quickly slipped away, afraid that Yi Xiu would keep asking questions. After returning home, Gu Qingzhu couldn't help but punch the bed in anger whenever she thought about what had happened today. He actually got taken advantage of by that bastard, Su Yanju. Just as I was thinking about how to get even, my body suddenly shuddered. The body, which had been lying flat on the bed, suddenly curled up sharply. Her beautiful eyes were filled with tears, and she bit her lip so hard that she almost couldn't hold back the sound. This. What is this feeling? Gu Qingzhu felt as if her body were being caressed by an invisible hand. At first, I just felt like my body was being touched all over. But soon after, that sensation became increasingly strange. Gu Qingzhu covered her mouth with one hand, just barely managing to keep herself from shouting out loud. He glanced down at himself, and his face instantly turned red. Nobody. What's going on here? Are you experiencing sleep paralysis? No way could this be a pervert pressing down on me. Before he could even think things through, a powerful sensation suddenly swept over his entire body. Gu Qingzhu bit down on the pillow to keep from making any strange noises. The feeling was simply unbearable. He didn't know how long it had lasted, but gradually the sensation began to subside. In an instant, Gu Qingzhu's body went limp, and he collapsed onto the bed like a puddle of mush. He touched his face. Could it be that he'd been cursed? Should he go see a Taoist priest tomorrow? His mind was still reeling when that familiar sensation surged back again. Gu Qingzhu grabbed the bed sheet with both hands, feeling utterly helpless and close to tears. I'm really possessed by a pervert. Damn it. You'll go hire 18 Taoist priests to exorcise the evil spirits tomorrow. Damn it. I feel so awful. This pervert is especially persistent. After fiddling around like this for 2 hours, Gu Qingzhu was so exhausted that she didn't even feel like moving anymore. His eyes stared blankly at the ceiling, and his entire body seemed drained of vitality. Before he even had time to recover, the door suddenly slammed open, and from outside came the life-threatening shout of his own agent, Chen Ping. Qingzhu, open the door. Gu Qingzhu reluctantly climbed out of bed, dragging his sore legs as he went to open the door. Chen Ping, what's wrong? Gu Qingzhu leaned against the doorframe, asking with a guilty expression on her face. Do you know, right now, the internet is all about you on Zhu Yanshu. You're now with Zhu Yanzhu. What's going on between them? Chen Ping asked urgently, holding his phone. As the result fell, Chen Ping glanced over, and his gaze happened to land on Gu Qingzhu's uncovered face. Chen Ping was taken aback, his eyes widening considerably, and his voice trembled as he stammered. Why minus you? You haven't just finished, have you? Is that little guy Su Yanzhu still in the room? Chen Ping roared angrily, feeling as if his precious little cabbage had been stolen. Gu Qingzhu's mind suddenly felt like it had been struck by lightning. His thoughts exploded in an instant. He instinctively clutched his neck, his face turning deathly pale. What do you mean, just finished? Don't talk nonsense. Chen Ping shoved him aside, burst into the room, and glanced around, but there wasn't a single ghost in sight. He turned around and glared. He said, The internet is buzzing. Hotel surveillance footage caught you sneaking into the same room as Zhu Yanzhu. Anju didn't come out for 2 whole hours. Do you really think nobody noticed those strawberry marks on your neck? Gu Qingshu followed his gaze and lowered her head, causing the neckline of her garment to slip down slightly, revealing a vaguely suggestive red mark, almost as if it had been bitten by a dog. That was just a mosquito bite, he insisted stubbornly, though his voice sounded shaky. Chen Ping almost laughed out loud in exasperation. Which mosquito could bite like this? Or have all the hotel mosquitoes become spirits? He shoved his phone right in Gu Qingzhi's face, and the trending search terms blazed with an I- stinging intensity. Gu Qingshuan, Zuyan Zhuyanzhu secret to minus, our meeting at a hotel top minus, EU rivals romance exposed. And the comments below had already turned into a full minus blown uproar. Gu Qingshu glanced at the comments like they've really hit it off, and I knew there was something off about them, and suddenly everything went black before her eyes. She almost fell over. It's over, my innocence, he cried out in despair, collapsing back onto the bed. This isn't gossip, it's throwing yourself into it. Early the next morning, Gu Qingshu was awakened by the sound of her phone ringing. Zhu Yanzhu's name popped up, and he almost threw his phone across the room. Hello? He said through gritted teeth, his voice hoarse like it had been rubbed dry by sandpaper. The male voice on the other end of the phone chuckled softly. With a languid, magnetic tone, Gu Qingshu, you'll handle the matter online. Handle it? How exactly are you going to handle it? Are you saying I was forced into this by you? Gu Qingshu rolled her eyes, brimming with anger at the memory of last night. And by the way, what did you to me last night? Zhu Yanzhu remained silent for a couple of seconds before responding in a tone laced with a hint of innocence. I was drugged. I wasn't fully conscious. That's your business. Don't drag me into it. Gu Qingshu was furious, but then she heard him say again, still, I do remember I kissed you. Gu Qingzhi's face instantly turned bright red. Shut up. How dare you even say that? I didn't mean to. Zhu Yanzhu's voice softened. But I don't regret it. Gu Qingshu was taken aback and didn't immediately react. Zhu Yanzhu continued. Gu Qingshu, ever since the first time you snatched the microphone from me backstage, I've been paying attention to you. You did it. This time too. It wasn't an accident. Gu Qingshu was completely baffled. Why minus you? What do you mean? Meaning? Zhu Yanzhu paused briefly, his tone serious. I've liked you for a long time. Gu Qingshu hung up the phone, her mind a complete mess. Ever since they debuted, he and Zhu Yanzhu have been sworn enemies, competing for resources, vying for awards, fighting for top headlines, always at odds with each other. HED never imagined that Zhu Yanzhu would ever say something like this. Even more absurdly last night, he didn't seem to resist quite so much after all. Just then the doorbell rang. He opened the door, and there stood Zhu Yanzhu, holding breakfast in his hand. His brows and eyes were soft and gentle, completely different from his usual aloof and arrogant demeanor. I'll explain, he said. Gu Qingshu invited him in, and the two of them sat down at the dining table, the atmosphere strangely tense. Zhu Yanzhu pushed the breakfast toward him. Had been drugged. It originally planned to wait in my room for my assistant, but I didn't expect you to barge in. Then you can just treat me like anyone else? Gu Qingshu raised an eyebrow. Zhu Yanzhu looked at him, his gaze sincere. I didn't treat you like anyone else. I knew it was you. Gu Qingzhi's heart skipped a beat. As for what happened online, I've already asked the team to issue a statement saying it was a misunderstanding. But, he paused, looking into Gu Qingzhi's eyes, if you're willing, I'd like to turn it into something real. Gu Qingshu was taken aback, staring at her own reflection mirrored in his dark eyes. Suddenly, she laughed. Zhu Yanzhu, are you chasing me? Zhu Yanzhu smiled too and reached out to ruffle his hair. I'm chasing you. Gu Qingshu turned her face away, but didn't manage to dodge his hand. Her ears quietly turned red. Later, the two officially announced their relationship, and the hashtag rivals turned out to be couples trended non-stop for 3 days and 3 nights. Gu Qingshu glanced at the comments. I've been shipping you too. And finally, I've waited for you to. Then turned to Zhu Yanshu beside her and reached out to pinch his waist playfully. It's all your fault. My innocence is ruined. Zhu Yanju grabbed his hand, lowered his head, and kissed his lips softly. His voice was deep and tender. I'll make it up to you for a lifetime. Sunlight streamed through the window, falling gently and quietly upon the two embracing figures. Gu Qingzhu closed her eyes, feeling his warmth and heartbeat. Suddenly, she realized that the gossip she'd started back then, driven by some inexplicable impulse, didn't seem like such a bad thing after all. After all, he turned his arch enemy into his boyfriend.